bitch, this is going to be a hit. If he don't make this as a single, he's going to be missing out. He needs to make this as a single.
Tell you the story of Christmas. You want to hear that, don't you?
No!
Well, you're going to hear it anyway. Shut up.
What's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be reacting to how Kanye's new album is going to change hip-hop, okay? If y'all do not know, Kanye West is coming out with another album. He teased some new music that was on social media lately. And I'm pretty excited. I love me some Kanye West. I love some of his music. Definitely reacting to the music on my Twitch channel. So if you do not follow my Twitch, make sure you do that. The link is down below. Also follow my gaming channel as well. Everything's going to be in the description and in the comments. But yeah, guys, so we are going to be reacting to this video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it.
Kanye West has a brand new album dropping very soon, and I don't think people realize the importance it's gonna hold. Now, for months at this point, there have been rumors spurring all around the internet about Kanye West's upcoming collab album with Dolla, and then after all of the speculation and all of the chaos regarding it ever releasing, it seems that we have finally gotten confirmation that Ye's new record is coming sooner than ever, and it's gonna be even crazier than anybody could have expected. Now, with Dolla posting the entire 18-song track list for his upcoming collab album.
When they first posted the track list, I was very, very excited. I was also excited for New Body to be on this project. I know you're wondering why. It's because of the snippet that has been going around the internet for years on the New Body record and how Nicki Minaj was also featured on it. So hopefully Nicki Minaj is still featured on the New Body song. If it's not, it's going to be a whole lot of angry people because she had a great verse on that song, and I fucks with it heavy, okay? Hopefully Nicki Minaj is on that. This album right here, it actually makes sense on New Body to be on this project, not his other project. So, yeah, I think it was Donda, right? It was either Donda or the Jesus album that they said it was supposed to be on one of those projects, but he, like, pulled it or whatever. And people was pissed. People was pissed because it was like, yo, that song was dope, but it makes sense for it to be on this album. And hopefully Nicki Minaj is featured on it. So, yeah, but I love the track list so far. Everybody, Back to Me, Fuck Some, Time Moving Slow, Bed Forgiveness, So Good, Paid. Like, it's giving life. It's giving life. That's all I'm saying.
The internet exploded, with some people enjoy that we are on the brink of seeing the return of Kanye West, while others were dreading just the thought of new Ye music. Now, when it comes to the prospect of this Kanye and Dolla album, the potential impact it will have not just on Ty or Kanye's career, but the entire hip-hop world as a whole can be quite catastrophic. Whether you love or hate Kanye West, as I have mentioned in previous videos, this isn't just arguably the most important album he will ever release, but it may end up being the most important album all of hip-hop has seen in quite some time, and not for the reasons you may think. Unlike albums like 808s and Heartbreak or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the Ye Dolla $ign album will not be a landmark release for its influence or icon status, but instead it will represent a turning point in hip-hop and really in music as a whole for something a little more significant. Now, as we attempt to understand why the industry is terrified of what this new Kanye West album will mean, we need to be aware of the secret comeback effort that Kanye has been quietly executing behind the scenes for some time already, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me fill you in. Ye has slowly been welcomed back into the cultural spotlight, and the way how is because people realize that no matter how polarizing or controversial some things he does may be, Kanye's influence is simply too wide-spanning to ever erase. This was first realized by the public during Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performance, where she sang songs that Kanye was either on or produced, like All of the Lights, Run This Town, or Have My Money, and from here, Kanye's quiet comeback would only get a lot louder and louder until we have reached the point we are at today. Now, after this, Kanye West would have a production credit on Tyler the Creator's estate sale track Heaven to Me, and this was the first time Ye was a part of any new music release, and with the song being received amazingly, this seamlessly set up the undeniable influence he had on the biggest rap album of 2023, Travis Scott's Utopia.
I haven't listened to Travis Scott album, his latest album yet. And I told myself I was going to get around to it. I have not gotten around to it. I need to get around to it and listen to it. But he's right. Like, Kanye has a big part in music history. He has a big part in a lot of artists' biggest hits and still does to this day, even though it's behind the scenes more as of lately, not, continuously, but as of lately has been just behind the scenes of his genius work when it comes to these artists and their albums, and he's still making hits. And, you can't take that away from him.
Travis brought out Ye as a special guest at his Circus Maximus concert in Rome and credited him for influencing not just his latest album, but his entire career in front of 60,000 people. It was clear that while the industry may not want to associate with Kanye West anymore, artists still do, and beyond just this, the people only want to see more of him, and if you don't believe me, Kanye has more monthly listeners on Spotify right now than he ever has in his career, and he ended up being the 13th most listened to artist on the entire platform in 2023. So with this quiet but effective comeback welcoming Kanye's musical influence to the forefront, we are now at the point we are at today, where Ye is finally going to release the loud statement that will make both his fans and haters aware of his return, but the question that is yet to be answered is how will Kanye go about this next step? Now, while many people are expecting Kanye to deliver a more personal album where he addresses all of the turmoil that has happened in his life over the past few years, from everything we know Kanye is going to do with this project, he is going to go in a little bit of a different direction, and this is the smartest thing he could have done, and here is why. Now, don't get me wrong. From this album's lead single, Vultures, we know that Kanye isn't going to be acting like the past few years didn't happen, but as unfiltered and fearless as Kanye is to say just about anything, he knows that to pull off a successful comeback, he needs to give people music that isn't undeniably polarizing, but music that's undeniably enjoyable, and this is exactly why he has decided to collab with an artist with as vibrant of an image as Dolla. The songs we already know will be on the album.
That's what I'm talking about. Nicki Minaj is on here. Bitch, this is going to be a hit. If he don't make this as a single, he's going to be missing out. He needs to make this as a single. And especially if the verse that I've been hearing for I don't know how long, if he went with that verse, or if they went with that verse when it comes to Nicki Minaj, bruh, it's perfect. Especially when it comes to Kanye West verse, Dolla $igns, his little singing on it and stuff. I see they have 2 other features on it. This is going to be a fucking hit if it's what I'm thinking it is. If they didn't make any major changes, this shit is going to be a hit. Even if they did make a major change, but if it's not it doesn't make the song not that good anymore, if it makes the song better, or if it puts a little razzle dazzle to it, he needs to put this out for his first single.
Long-awaited new body, this is a fun club banger that doesn't have a single thing controversial about it. We have already seen Dolla $ign previewing music from the album in various nightclubs in Europe, and with producers like Metro Boomin and Timbaland confirmed that they will be a part of the album as well, it's pretty likely that a lot of this record is going to follow in the same approach. Now, adding to the spectacle of what this album could be, the rumored features, which include Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, Quavo, Freddie Gibbs, Lil Baby, Young Thug, and Steve Lacy only make the prospect of this Dolla $ign album even more exciting. This album is being designed for the speakers and in hand designed for the masses, and if these bangers do their job, everyone is going to be hearing a lot more of Kanye West very soon. From the latest snippet we have heard of the intro track Everybody, Kanye's flipping the Backstreet Boys' iconic Backstreet is Back sample to end up representing both his return and this exciting new era of his career.
I heard the snippet of Everybody as well. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with the snippet, okay? You know how sometimes people be like, oh, when you fuck, the snippet sounds awesome, and you fuck with the snippet and you can't wait until it come out, and then when it comes out, it's nothing like you really imagined. You had high expectations for this song because you heard it and fucked with it so much that it didn't really live up to its potential. I don't think that's going to happen when it comes to a Kanye West song, but you never know. But I don't think it's going to happen with a Kanye West song. I think he's really going to do his thing on this record, especially what I've heard. But you never know. We're going to see. But I'm really geeked for that record as well.
Beyond the flashy production and big name collabs, Kanye will be unmasking himself for the first time really since the Donda era, and from the snippets we have heard and the tracklist we have seen, while it's clear this won't be the focus of the album, it will end up being one of its most important and talked about parts. Now, when it comes to the performance of Kanye West, from the snippet of a track like New Body along with his verse on Vultures, while he won't go into the personal depth that he's explored his life in on an album like Ye, we will see him rub in both his most truthful and polarizing thoughts throughout the record's 18 tracks. Driving this album forward from start to finish, Kanye's charisma and attitude will paint us a picture of where he is at in his life, and while Ty's collaborator skills, the features, and the production will help this album reach the top of the charts and the middle of the clubs. It'll be what Kanye does that listeners find most compelling or more detrimental depending on the direction he truly goes in. Now, one thing I want to note here is that from the track list to the fit Kanye was rocking in the latest snippet that was released, we see he is wearing a shirt with the eagle from the German flag on it, and while this may lead to some concerns that Ye is going down a path we don't want to see him on, I think this is Kanye's way of just winking and really taunting the media, and considering the record's title is most likely going to be called Vultures, I'd also assume he is using this branding to both play into the controversy just a little bit and to brand the album with a symbol that represents dominance and resilience in the form of the eagle. So hearing the bravado of Ye with the godly melodies of Ty all over production that Kanye has had his hands in, but also producers like Metro Boomin and Hit Boy helping out with as well, it's safe to say that we are going to get an album that is filled to the brim with bangers, and one that could end up being one of the most exciting rap albums of the entire decade so far. Now, while everyone is excited for this album because of the prospect of hearing new Kanye music, Ty Dolla $ign has been the glue holding all of it together, because his clean image is giving the public and any potential partners that are going to fund this album the clarity that Ye isn't going to create another PR nightmare. Now, with this said, while Ty Dolla $ign is the force of this album that is sanitizing its image, the record has still faced problems getting its feet off the ground for months, both in terms of finding a distributor and even finding a venue to perform it in for a while, but considering the type of weight Kanye's name holds, this should be no surprise. Even though Ty Dolla $ign is an artist who really nobody has ever said a single bad thing about, this has not been enough for major companies, labels, and publications to overlook their fear of Kanye West. Now, the reason why I bring up Ye and Ty's struggle to release this album for months is to show that while the major labels and players have not taken a chance on the album, the duo has still been able to formulate the vision that they want to on their own merits, and whether you love or hate Kanye West, this is a really good thing for the music world, and here is why. Before the current era of music that we are living in right now, to be an artist who is able to get their voice out to the world, it was very simple. You had to be a part of a label and play within their guidelines, or you simply wouldn't have a career. In decades past, if you weren't a part of one of the major labels in the industry, you would have almost no chance to get your voice out to the world, and even with somebody like Kanye West, who isn't just no longer affiliated with the major label system, but who has been actively blackballed from their networks, which includes being covered only in limited capacities from media outlets they own, and even being banned from all Explore options on major platforms like Apple Music. It's a sentiment to the power an artist in today's day and age holds that they are still going to be able to get a project that is going to hold so much cultural significance out in the world despite having all the cards set against them. Now, while Kanye West is still a megastar who is more popular than most other artists on the planet ever will be, the fact that through all of the noise, through all of the factors that would have gotten him blackballed decades ago, he is still standing as one of the biggest players in an industry that hates him, well, it's going to end up showing us something that everyone needs to understand. Now, with Kanye's upcoming collab album, it is going to have multiple major effects that can potentially change not just hip-hop, but really the music industry forever in some pretty big ways. If Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign are able to bring this album to the masses, make it a spectacle, and give us bangers that dominate the public space, all in spite of the way he has been blacklisted from all of the major players in the music industry, including such forces as the second biggest streaming platform, Apple Music.
It's one thing that I did not know. First, I did not know that Kanye was banned from, like, a whole lot of, like, streaming platforms and everything like that. That's my first time ever hearing that. So, I know that I have Apple Music. If this album is not on Apple Music, we're going to have a problem, Apple. I'm just saying. We are going to have a major problem if this album is not on Apple Music. As an artist of today, like he said, back in the day, you really needed labels to make it in the industry and actually start your career off, kick your career off. If not, then you wouldn't be going anywhere, basically. But today it is very, very different. Today, you don't need labels to back you up when it comes to your music. You can literally do it yourself. You don't need them. So it really doesn't matter if the labels fuck with you or not. For real, if we gonna really keep it a buck, especially if you are a household name like Kanye fucking West. Like, bitch, no, I don't. Come the fuck on.
That the importance major labels play in today's industry has truly shrunk to an all-time low, and this will mark the moment where any artist, no matter how small or big, no matter how hated or beloved, can find success regardless of what the powers that be want to dictate. While the independent music scene has been growing for quite some time at this point, it's always been brushed to the side by the industry as something too minuscule to ever affect their operations, but with a superstar like Kanye West not just breaking down walls on how big of an impact an artist who is unaffiliated with labels can have, but also showing how even when you are blacklisted from all the avenues the industry says you need to follow in order to find success, and still giving us something that's going to be such an undeniable cultural moment, for better or for worse, it's going to open up a lot of eyes to what power the modern artist really holds, and this is why the industry is scared. As we speak, and as Kanye finishes this album, he's trying to do such things as free other artists like Lil Durk from their label contracts, and if he can really make a dent in the industry like this, it will be so liberating for creatives all over the planet to see the way this album will disrupt the market, because it will go on to show that with the right circumstances, anybody will be able to insert their own visions into the heart of the music world, and this could even show major artists that maybe they should break away from the major label system as a whole as well. So when we look at Kanye's next album with Dolla, with its release being inevitably soon in the future, as the industry freaks out about the return of Kanye West and all of the implications it will have, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show.
I heard that the labels are like about to go bankruptcy because of this reason in a whole. Like, people are really knowing that they really don't need them. They really don't need them. Now, I know that they still need them when it comes to if they want, awards and, to be like politically, they will need them for like award shows and stuff like that. But they really don't need them for profit. They don't need them for like doing what they love to do, to gain a crazy audience that supports them. They don't need that for that. They really basically just need labels right now for award shows. If they start not needing labels for that reason too, it's a done dilly. It's going to be a whole new scenery when it comes to music in general. Everybody's going to be independent. It's definitely taking a shift. And I love to see it. I really do, because the labels have been really shady for years, and for artists to finally have a voice in their art and not be told what to do as far as what they need to be making, what they need to be doing, all of that is very, very, very good. Because I can tell you, like, if you're an artist and you are being dictated to what to do and what not to do, you're not going to love your art anymore, because you can't express yourself anymore. So this is going to be huge. I am excited for this album. I'm excited for what it might do for the culture in general, for artists in general. And yeah, I can't wait. So what do you guys think about Dolla and Kanye West's new album Vultures that's going to be coming out very soon? Are you excited about it? Are you a Kanye fan? If you're not, do you just listen to Kanye from time to time? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Also, make sure you follow my gaming channel, which is going to be down below in the description and in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Kinetics with the fucking plug.